Here we are again, weekly replay, back with another Eminem album. As we said, we're gonna go through all of them. Today we've got Eminem's Return to Fame Relapse. This album is shady on a whole new level of crazy, like just bad shit everywhere. He's basically a serial killer. An album that's been heavily acclaimed and criticized, underrated and overrated. And the today we're gonna just look at, is Relapse underrated or overrated? Basically, um, right now they're all split down the middle, just like pills. Obviously, they're all pills. We're gonna use red. If I make them all red, it'll mean that it is overrated because red is bad. And if they become the full tan color, it'll mean that it's underrated. Some of them I'll leave just exactly how they are because I think they're in a good spot of where people like acclaim them, I guess, or put them at. So we're gonna go right into the first song, 3 a.m., which follows the Dr. West skit and the um, shady side of the Relapse record. This is a good opener. Album, it already shows the album name itself being like a double entendre because of how it's like just like relapse. He's not only relapsing on, it's not about relapsing on his pills and his drugs, but like it's almost a relapse to fame. He's relapsing on everything that got him to where he even got to right now. A great tone setter for the album, really infectious chorus, great witty bars, great rhyme schemes, but I'm not going to mention those much on a lot of the songs because they're kind of a known thing. Themes that we're going to see throughout the whole thing. I should probably get rid of this on my screen here. All right, we got Relapse here. We're just going to boop. All right. So where is it? 3M's right here. So, like I was saying, good themes, good tone setter, good chorus. It's not bad, but it's definitely not perfect, you know? It's definitely ranking somewhere like towards the, I think a lot of people would say that this one isn't good, but I'd put it like in a nice B, like a B area, you know? Like there. And I would say that this one is in fact uh what's it called? Underrated. I would say that, oh wait, that's overrated. I'm dumb. I am dumb. It is underrated. My mom is a completely new take on the on just basically Eminem's mom. How he has constant songs about their relationship. But this one now we're in a more fictional, crazy, shady view, and now it's the song is reflecting on how his addiction can basically be blamed on her and his constant being around it as a kid. He was doomed to become addicted to stuff like Valium, while obviously going into darker themes and tones. I think this is also still in B. It's definitely a good song. I do think it's I do think that it's in a good spot with where it's understood. I don't think people hate on this one that much, so I think it's well understood. Um, Insane is our next song right here. Probably shouldn't be titled anything else. It's literally just Shady going insane, as it says. It's just his alt ego off the charts, crazy bars. It's funny, but you can't. It's not a song that you can just play with other people. Like, I don't know. It's just weird. The song is just too weird. Like it fits the tone of the album, but like outside of the album setting, it is not really meant to be listened to. This has to be listened to with the other songs around it to be good. And I will say that it is, I believe, an overrated song. Oh, I can't edit that? Cool. Cool. Lies. Okay, what do we got next? When people reference Eminem's what's it called? Accents. That's the word. That's the word. We're stupid. When people reference Eminem's accents, okay, this is probably, I see that right now that I have Crack a Bottle on there twice, and I don't know why. I know that there's two different versions of it, but like I wasn't gonna do two different versions of it. I see it's there twice. That'll be, we'll figure that out a little later, all right? But anyways, back to Bagpipes from back then, okay? I think this is where a lot of the hate for the accents comes from. It's really it's really not that strong of a song in terms, and it's really heavy on the constant accents, just kind of berating you. And it's definitely a weak song on the album. It's definitely where the album kind of takes a dip is around this portion of the entire thing. I think it's not overrated. I don't think it's underrated. I think it just belongs in C. It's just okay. It's nothing special, you know? Hello. Now we have one of the singles, I believe, to Relapse. And it's another pretty heavy accented song. And it's kind of like a callback to My Name Is, and how that was the introduction to Slim Shady 10 years ago. And now Hello, kind of like the same kind of tone, same kind of song with the same kind of message, but it's darker because obviously this is a darker version of Shady. This is a Shady who's been through shit. Um, it's an interesting concept that I wish was executed better, and because it's kind of resides in between these two, just because it's nothing like fantastic, but like the whole idea of it could be something that was so great, and it wasn't executed good enough. Next we have Same Song and Dance. This song right here is fairly interesting. It's difficult to kind of get where Eminem is going with the concept. You know, it could be a Slim Shady love song, kind of related to celebrities and drugs, or it could even be like Shady's the one ruining their lives, or it could be him commenting on how fame leads to drugs, which ruins all these celebrities' lives. And Eminem is one of these celebrities. The the chorus is strong. The chorus is definitely strong, but like the vocal inflections, it's just a really long storytelling song. And when there's so much songs out there, it's just not something I can go back to at all. Yeah. You know what? I think now that I'm going looking at these, I think My Mom is in fact an underrated song, because I'm looking at these. It's definitely underrated song. I don't think people give it enough credit. It's not looking too good right now for it. You know, there's a lot of C's and B's, but this is kind of the low point of the album. Like there's kind of a dip in to the album. And while these songs aren't bad necessarily, they're just not that S tier that you expect from Eminem, you know? Next, we have We Made You. The worst part about this song is probably the chorus, honestly. If it weren't for the chorus on this song, I think it would be much higher. And in fact, I think it's overrated as a song. And I can't select the thing behind this, so I can't move it. Oh, there we go. Wow. All right. It's just like how Hello is a callback to My Name Is. This is a callback to the real Slim Shady. It's a love-hate letter to fame. It's very funny. It's very witty, and kind of how the song right before it, saying how Same Song and Dance is about how fame destroys the celebrities. It's almost saying to the fans, yes, you made them, but look what you made them become. Don't treat them so highly. It doesn't help them. It makes them, they're still people too. And it's good messaging. I feel like it's good. It really fits the album's themes and tones. It's just, the chorus, I can't put it I can't put it much higher than this, just because the chorus, I can't stand it. I really can't stand the chorus, and I honestly think that this one, it's overrated. Or like here, right? It's definitely a little bit higher up than I gave it. Because next we have Medicine Ball, which is in fact definitely down here. It's just constant. It's just constant going. All just kind of irritating to me. It's just constant. He doesn't really leave room for a break, and sometimes that's really good, like when he's going in certain inflections. But I just can't with this one personally. It feels really encore-esque, and it's probably the weakest song so far. I know it's not looking good. All right, stay wide awake. Here we go. Now the album is gonna start to pick itself back up. It's gonna really begin to figure itself out, I feel like. And it starts with Stay Wide Awake. I believe this is a very strong song, but with very dark messaging. This song itself is kind of how the album is looked at as an influence to its own like wave of hip hop and rap. Just like artists like Tyler the Creator openly saying that this is like their favorite Eminem album. This song represents that really dark, tonally like alt ego, just like trying to get a reaction out of people kind of thing. And it, while it's extremely dark and terrible, the song itself and like the storytelling of this psychotic person is just really done really well. It's done really well, and I think this is in fact, and on top of it, the song still sounds good, even if the messaging is horrible. Because of that, I think this is just an underrated song. I don't think people give it the credit that it deserves. I know it's the only thing at A so far. Followed by that, we have Old Time's Sake. It's just a nice breath of fresh air. It's a return to Em and Dre. They're just rapping together. I believe after this album in Relapse, there is never a Dr. Dre feature on an Eminem album ever again. So this really is for Old Time's Sake. And since Crack a Bottle was made before this song, this is really like their last thing together, I guess. I believe M was on Dre stuff after, but there's nothing with Dre on M's, you know? Nothing for Old Time's Sake. This, definitely also really strong song. I don't think it's underrated. I think that's exactly where people would put it in the world. Followed by Must Be the Ganja. I can't really put my finger on why I dislike this song, right, guys? I'm sorry, but like the chorus is infectious, I know, but like, is it a good infectious or like an annoying infectious? Like, let's just take a moment here. That this is infectious for good reasons. You know, it's a good chorus, but I think it's an annoying chorus. And while it gets stuck in my head, it doesn't mean I don't think it's not annoying. I think it's just important to take note of how consistent all these beats sound while still sounding unique and really showing the album's themes and tones. It really keeps them together. I think Dre does a fantastic job with that. That being said, Must Be the Ganja. It's over here, and it's just it's overrated. It's overrated. Just because I just really can't. I don't hate it, but I just dislike it, and I really can never put my finger on why. It's just never a song I want to return to by him. Where the album goes into its second half. This is the second part of Relapse. I don't really think people take notice of. There's the Dr. West, and there's the Mr. Mathers. Mr. Mathers' side of Relapse is what makes it. I have 2 medicine balls on there. I keep on cutting myself off because I keep on noticing things. All right, that's gone. Anyways, this is the part of Relapse that is why it is considered so good. These songs are all amazing. And starting with amazing, we have Deja Vu. This song is just in itself fantastic. Vocal inflections that are used for the storytelling are amazing. It's just a strong, great song, great messaging. Fits the themes, tones of this album heavily. I think Deja Vu is in S, and I believe it is, in fact, not just an S, but I think it's even heavily underrated for what it is. I think this one does not get the respect that it deserves. Next, we have Beautiful. We're going to pause right now, okay? This song is completely 100% underrated, even if you think it's great. This is on the same level of storytelling as Stan, but of Eminem's life, how he's been treated. This was made way before Relapse, this song, and it was put on because it's just so good. And it is probably my favorite M song, like, just period. I think if you haven't listened to this song recently, or you've never heard it before, I highly doubt you never heard it before, you should go back when this is done, or even right now, I don't really care, and just press play on it and just listen to it. No distractions, just you listening to the song. You can read the lyrics to make, if you feel like you need to, like, listen to lyrics, but just listen to the song, read the lyrics with it. You can feel the emotion M puts into each word. He really felt this way, I feel like, and it's just fantastic. It's a fantastic song. It's probably one of the best things he's ever made, and it's as high as it can possibly be. It's getting cut off on the screen. Okay, all right. So followed by those two really strong songs, we have Crack a Bottle. We're doing Crack a Bottle that has 50 Cent on it. We're not doing Crack a Bottle that doesn't have 50 Cent on it. We're just gonna all right. This is the one with 50 and Dr. Dre. That's the one we're looking at. Both of them are on it. I know there was leaked versions and stuff, so they kind of released different ones or whatever, but it doesn't matter. Listen to this song. This song broke records immediately on release. This was the lead single. It doesn't fit really the themes of everything, but it does kind of stick with, like, return to form. Like, this is us. Like, this is what we've done. We changed everything. It shows M's readiness to take back his crown. It's definitely a very good song. It's definitely in the tier up here with all the rest. Probably, like, throw it right there. I think it's understood well, and it's, while it doesn't fit the tones, and it's kind of its own thing, it is a single, really. So it's still very good. Followed by oof. Now this is gonna be a hot take probably. Underground is one of Eminem's worst songs. It's one of his worst songs, okay? I picked up my mic. You gotta hear this, okay? It's just not it, okay? Ken Kniff's skit is hilarious, okay? I get it. It's great. But Underground, there's, like, over probably 200 Eminem songs, okay? There's probably over 24 hours of Eminem music that you could listen to straight. Nothing else. Why am I going to play this? It is just inherently overrated because of how bad it is. It's not good at all. I just can't stand everything about it. Everything about it. I just can't stand. And it's unfortunate that it is put in on this second half of the album because it ruins what is basically a perfect half of the album by getting thrown in there. Speaking of perfect, as far as Eminem vocal inflections and, like, speaking to himself goes in a crazy, shady Eminem way, My Darling is the peak of that. Oh my god, I moved the whole last thing. This is this is it. Like, this is the peak of that whole sound that he was trying to figure out in that first half, with songs like Hello, Insane, Must Be the Ganja, Same Song and Dance, all those, My Mom, even 3 a.m., all those songs. My Darling is where he figured it. That is it. That is the peak of it, where he's just going back and forth with himself, how it's Shady's love song to Eminem, saying that Eminem is his darling. Shady can't live without M, because Shady is only inside of him. So it's going back on how When I'm Gone was supposed to be the end of M, the end of Shady. But no, you can't kill him. He returns back like a supervillain. It's fantastic. It's great song. Also 100%, if I can click it, this is an underrated Eminem song. Probably more heavily than Beautiful, Deja Vu, Stay Wide Awake, 3 a.m. It's probably one of the most heavily underrated Eminem songs. And last on the album of Relapse, we have Careful What You Wish For. This was recorded around the same time as Deja Vu and Beautiful, and they all have very similar themes. I'm gonna rotate this so it like fits better. I think this is still a really good song. It's definitely not on the level of the others, but it's still extremely good. There's just the opening with how it's talking, like, just all the bad things that fame has brought Eminem, right? And it's basically saying, yeah, he has money now, but if he never blew up, would any of this stuff have happened? Did fame cause all these bad things to happen? Is it his fault? And that alone just makes it such a strong track. I think I like Where Everything Stands. This is probably also still underrated. I feel like most people would say Careful What You Wish For is like a B tier song, and I don't really think it is. I think I like Where Everything Is. I think I'm probably rating Medicine Ball too low, but I just can't really listen to it. That's just me. But as far as when I was going back and really listening to this album like in depth to like review it, I don't exactly know where I rated it on my tier list. I probably imagine I put it somewhere around B. I definitely underrated the track. I just focused really heavily on the bad parts of it, and that's probably why I put it in B, because obviously songs like Underground, Insane, Must Be the Ganja, Medicine Ball, they're not that good, and they really bring down the quality. But I really wasn't focusing on songs like My Darling, Stay Wide Awake, 3 a.m., where this same sound is done so well. Even My Mom could be like raised up as a song, and be a lot of these songs could move up just a little bit. And I think Relapse is definitely at lowest a B plus, and at highest an A plus on Eminem's album discography. It's, while it has its lows, its highs are so strong and so different from like everything else in music that it just stands out as its own thing. So for Relapse, where is it? Let's bring it back out. Where are you? For Relapse, I'm going to give it an A. Hope you enjoyed watching this episode of the Weekly Replay. Appreciate anything, if you really like it, a like, subscribe, all that garbage that every YouTuber says in the world. Yeah, just throw it all in there. But more honestly, I'd rather hear your feedback down below. That's the most interesting part. That's the only reason I do this, really. I want to talk. I want to have conversation about music. That's the whole fun in it. Let me know what you think down below. I'll probably throw it at the front of the video too. Let me know what you think down below. That's it. Thank you. Goodbye. See you, guy. Why'd I clap? I'm supposed to wait for the thing, and then the thing.